Okay, let's talk about that moment when your teen suddenly acts like you're a walking, talking embarrassment apocalypse. You know the one, when you wave at them across the school parking lot and they pretend they don't know you exist. Or worse, when they hiss, "Mom, don't call me sweetie," in front of my friends. And you're left wondering, wait, did I become the human equivalent of a dad joke? Laughs? But here's the twist. This isn't about you. Nope. It's about the wild, messy, hormonally charged roller coaster of adolescence. And honestly, it's kind of fascinating when you break it down. Let me ask you this. Why do humans even invent this awkward phase of life? Like, evolutionarily speaking, what's the point of creating a creature that alternates between clinging to you and acting like you're a social liability? Well, here's my theory. Teenagers aren't just being difficult. They're trying to answer a question that's literally rewiring their brains. Who am I when I'm not just my parents' kid? And that quest is brutal. Imagine waking up every day and feeling like you have to audition for your own identity in front of an audience of peers who've all secretly agreed to be brutally honest critics. No pressure, right? Now let's dissect the cringe. Why does a parent's affectionate hug suddenly feel like a public execution to a teen? A lot of people chalk this up to peer pressure, but I think that's too simple. What's really going on is a collision between two worlds. The safe, messy chaos of family life and the hyper-curated social stage of adolescence. Think of it like this. When you're 15, your brain is basically a reality TV show producer. Every interaction gets edited in real time. That goofy nickname you've used since they were little? Cut. Your attempt at a cool TikTok dance? Deleted scene. Why? Because they're frantically trying to control the narrative of their public image. And honestly, can we blame them? We've all been there, except now every misstep gets immortalized on social media. There's no delete button for that time your dad yelled, "Whoa, hello," at the grocery store. But here's the part that cracks me up. Teens aren't even mad at you. They're mad at the universe. See, their brains are wired to prioritize social survival over, basic logic. Neuroscientists call it the imaginary audience phase. Teens feel like everyone's watching them 24/7. So when you, well-meaning parent, lean in for a goodbye kiss at school drop-off, they're mentally picturing a stadium full of classmates judging their lame family vibes. It's not that they hate your guts. It's that they're trapped in a psychological funhouse mirror where every parental quirk feels like a spotlight on their perceived flaws. And let's be real. Adolescence is just one giant, never-ending game of, are we cool yet? Are we cool yet? So what's the fix? Do we just let teens exile us to the social Siberia of uncool? Not so fast. What I find fascinating is how this phase mirrors something deeper. The messy art of boundary setting. Teens aren't just rejecting your hugs. They're clumsily practicing autonomy. Problem is, they haven't gotten the memo that boundaries don't have to be nuclear. Ever seen a teen slam a door so hard the whole house shakes? Classic. They're trying to say, I'm my own person. But it comes out as, I hate everything about you. From my perspective, the key is to stop taking the performance personally. Because behind that eye roll, there's still a kid who needs you, just in a different way. They might not want your hand-holding, but they do want your quiet support when they mess up, your unconditional belief when they're doubting themselves, and, dare I say, a few inside jokes that still make them snort, even if they'll never admit it in public. Let me throw a curveball here. Maybe this phase isn't just about teens finding themselves. Maybe it's about us learning to let go gracefully. Because here's the thing. When your kid starts cringing at you, you're witnessing evolution in action. They're not your baby anymore. They're a fledgling human testing their wings. And sure, they'll crash land a few times and drag you through the mud metaphorically. But if we parents can resist the urge to fight their push for independence, and instead lean into it with humor and grace, we might just earn something way more valuable than public affection. Their respect. After all, who needs a hug at the school gates when you've got a teen texting you memes at midnight? Winks. Now go forth, survive the cringe, and remember, this too shall pass. Probably right when they leave for college and suddenly miss your embarrassing hugs. Irony's a beast, huh?